ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hatch. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to be back here, brought to you in 4K wonderful video quality. If you guys caught the last news episode, which was like a whopping 5 days ago, it was just filmed with my iPhone, because I'm stupid. Sometimes I make stupid mistakes, and the mistake I made, I actually left my charger to my editing, MacBook in Florida, in Orlando, and I'm like, I can't edit, I can't film on this, because I can't edit it. So I finally got another charger, so hopefully this video goes up, no problems. If you're watching this, then yes, it did. But nonetheless, we are now back, and let's go ahead and jump into this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Alright, the first rumor is about WWE actually doing a pay-per-view in the UK, actually doing a pay-per-view in like England area. So September 3rd, mark your calendars. If you live or you're willing to travel to the Wales area, they are actually doing a pay-per-view over there. Now, I'm not too familiar with the area over there, so I may be doing something wrong, so I apologize if I do. I've actually never been over there to the other area. What do they call it? Other side of the pond? It's not, it's the ocean! But anyway, I would love to go over there sometime. I don't know if I'll be able to make it this year. With the whole pandemic, I have no idea what they're doing, protocols and stuff. I'll have to look that up. But basically, the UK is getting some type of pay-per-view for September 3rd. They have not done a pay-per-view outside of the US, other than like Canada, in like decades, it seems like. So yeah, it is definitely going to be a big deal to see how they pull this off with the time difference and all. We'll just have to wait and see. But yes, it is happening September 3rd in the UK. You're getting a WWE actual pay-per-view. All right, the next news story. Actually, final news story before we jump into rumors is also a very confusing one. I'm still wrapping my head around this one. So it's about WrestleMania and WrestleMania Superstore / Axxess. So I thought they weren't doing Axxess, and they pretty much weren't doing Axxess, and they still aren't doing Axxess to the way Axxess has been in previous WrestleMania years. But this one is called the WrestleMania Superstore Axxess. So I figured that they would just do the Superstore, and then they would have like a Superstore signings and stuff, nothing too crazy. But they've actually upped it a little bit since I've talked about this. So they're doing the WrestleMania Superstore Axxess. They're charging to go into the Superstore X. I don't know if they're just charging you to walk in the door to shop. It's only $10, so I'm thinking they might try to do that. But basically, it's a $10 for your pass. Your pass is good for all 5 days for the entire time that Superstore is open. So I'm guessing you do have to pay to go in the Superstore. It's $10. It's good for the whole 5 days. And the Superstore actually has some crazy hours this year. For most of the days, the Superstore will be opening a whopping 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock a.m., 1 o'clock a.m., what am I saying? 1 a.m. So 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. It's crazy. They're open to 1 o'clock in the morning. What the hell? I don't know who's going to shop that late. Some people out with not much to do, I guess, in Dallas or whatever. But yeah, you do have to pay for that pass to get in. But apparently once you get in, you get to shop the Superstore. Also, you get to do the Axxess stuff. You get to see some of the free stuff, like the memorabilia they're going to have throughout the place, like actual like real belts, real things wrestlers have worn in previous WrestleManias and stuff like that, as well as some exhibits and things you're going to see for free. Also, there's going to be some paid premium exhibits that says you can pay there. They're only taking debit card or credit card, no cash, and that includes things at the actual Superstore. They're not taking cash. I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast. I'm trying to get through a lot of information here so this video isn't too long. But the main thing here is they've come out and said they're doing something called panels. You gotta pay for these as well. It's gonna cost $50 up to $150 to attend these things, but basically it's more like a story time Q&A kind of thing with the wrestler or whatever. It is not really a meet and greet. There's mention of meet and greet on the website, but there's no tickets right now available to guarantee a meet and greet. I don't know if they might take some pictures and autographs during some of these panels, not all the panels. And I also don't know if they're going to do something separate or if this is something you got to pay for there. There's a lot of questions, but you can go and buy the panels now. It ranges from $50 to $150 depending on which wrestler's panel you want to go to. The higher up panel, I believe the top for $150 is actually for The Undertaker. Undertaker's going to be there. Shawn Michaels will be doing something as well. I think those are the two big legend names. Other than that, just to be the main roster people you see always on TV and stuff like that. So you just have to go through and you have to buy a ticket for each panel you would like to attend, but this is just like a Q&A kind of thing. It's not a guaranteed autograph photo kind of deal. I have no idea what they're doing for that. They might announce that in the coming, can't even say the coming weeks, so WrestleMania is like really, really close. But yeah, this is very, very confusing. This is not the way they've done Axxess before, so I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. But the panels are not a meet and greet, so don't think they are and buy a ticket for that, because that is not a meet and greet. If they're doing a meet and greet, like for some of these big wrestlers, it's not going to be $50. It's going to be like $200. So don't fool yourself with that. And they will probably announce maybe you can buy something online here soon, or maybe it's a thing you got to pay for there, or maybe it's just it wouldn't be free for higher up. I don't know. Hopefully there's some answers for all these questions I have here quite soon. Alright, so that was actually the only confirmed news stories that I talked to you guys about today. Go ahead and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice box ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumor is about actually NXT and kind of USA Network and kind of the deal they have there. The question is USA Network mad at NXT's ratings? Since NXT ratings have kind of always plateaued at 600,000 viewers for the most part. They've always had problems getting over that. They've brought down main roster stars to try to peak that a little bit. It really hasn't worked. It's pretty much, they have their fan base. It may be growing as fast as it's dying off. Like as soon as like a fan loses interest, another one just joins or something like that. I don't know personally. I don't have the time in my adult personal business life to have the time to watch NXT. I try to watch the main roster. I'll go to AEW, and then if I have time, I have NXT or like somewhere else. Just personally, I don't have time for it, and I don't really care to keep up with the brand that much. But as for USA Network, what is the deal? Are they upset? Apparently no. NXT pulling in 600,000 is still a lot kind of for USA Network, because their normal shows they run on USA Network do not get anywhere near that, and they weren't expecting it to be like another Raw show or something like that. So USA Network apparently are completely satisfied with the 600,000 viewers that they averagely pull in for NXT. So there's absolutely no problem with that, and the contract with them will not be going anywhere. All right, the next rumor is about Asuka. So Asuka has been away for a while. We can say that she has actually not appeared since Money in the Bank of last year. That is a very, very long time. She had a injury, and apparently had to have a shoulder surgery, and apparently she's been cleared for a while, and I've said that here on this news show. But what's the plan? Well, apparently Asuka still maybe sometime this spring she'll return. It's not looking like she's going to make it for Mania, but maybe after Mania, could be even the Raw after Mania, we will see Asuka return. I'm not saying Raw after Mania, I'm saying sometime this spring, and there's still the timetable they're looking at. She's apparently cleared. I think it's more a creative thing at this point, but Asuka will be returning to the WWE very, very soon. Alright, the next rumor is about Batista. Dave Batista, the movie star at this point. But basically, Batista Hall of Fame. Is it time for Batista, the animal, to go into the Hall of Fame? Well, maybe not this year. Apparently, Batista will be at the Hall of Fame ceremony. He'll just be attending, and that's wonderful and great. But as for actually putting the animal inside of the Hall of Fame, it will not be happening this year. Apparently, they kind of have that kind of penciled in for next year's Hall of Fame. I could definitely see him being the headliner. I can't really see anybody else really being the headliner. But of course, Taker is the headliner this year, and they didn't want to really throw them in there together. So yeah, basically, Batista will be held off to next year, but Batista will be in attendance for this year's Hall of Fame in Dallas. All right, the next rumor is about Cody Rhodes. So Cody Rhodes, and there's been a lot of rumors going around about this guy showing up in the WWE, and he left AEW. Apparently, it's legit, and this is the thing, they couldn't keep the thing a secret. There's too many rats and people who just want to get out there to the dirt sheets and stuff like that to keep something like this a secret, which really ruins it and kind of takes the surprise away. And I know that's why a lot of people don't even do the dirt sheets, and a lot of my viewers on the channel don't even watch this news show for that reason. They don't want it spoiled. They don't want to know. They're just here for the Brandon vlog. You do your experience thing, Brandon. They don't want to hear it. But for those who are actually here and want to hear it, Cody Rhodes apparently signed a contract with the WWE about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, he does have a deal, and there is a plan in place. Apparently, this plan has been changed multiple times to try to beat these dirt sheets, so it is going to be a surprise. Like, they think one thing's happening, but it doesn't happen. Like, he's going to be on Raw tonight! Watch Raw tonight! Main event, it's happening! And then you're like, and then Raw's over. He's like, what? And so, they've changed the plan multiple times to try to keep things as exciting as possible, but apparently, the plan that is kind of written in stone has been Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 38, but it just hasn't really happened yet, and we're like what, a week or two away from it? Are we even 2 weeks from it? I don't even know. But basically, there's also some rumors that Cody is kind of booked in for the Raw after WrestleMania, and I don't know if that's going to be the returning point, or if that's going to be he's just advertised to be on that show. I still have in my gut that we're still having Seth Rollins and Cody, because Seth Rollins needs a match at WrestleMania. He's one of the big stars, one of the top paid stars in the entire company. So Cody and Rollins would be my bet that's still happening at WrestleMania. I have no idea when Cody could pop up. Just be on the edge of your seats, be ready, because it's not going to happen at literally any given time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final news show. This is the final thing I'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. So this is about Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 38. So apparently they're doing this thing, was originally rumored to be a match, then the match thing kind of got changed to this Kevin Owens show confrontation kind of thing. So we'll see where it goes, but this rumor is saying it might actually go somewhere when even I was thinking it would go. I thought it was just going to be like confrontation, middle fingers, stunner, beers, out of there, crowd, happy or whatever. But apparently this may be going a little bit further because this rumor is saying the Stone Cold Steve Austin Kevin Owens thing will actually be main eventing WrestleMania 38 night number 1. Not night 2. Night 2 is probably going to be Roman, but night 1, they're saying Stone Cold and Owens is going to close the show. And I just don't think they're just going to do this quick little segment or whatever. I think this might actually transition into more of a match. And we'll see where it goes. I know this is completely on the shoulders of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Where it goes and how far it goes, because everyone wants it, and Stone Cold's the one being like, am I still ring ready? I mean, I retired young, but I haven't wrestled since 2003, so it's been a very, very long time because the year's 2022. So it's kind of on him if he thinks he can still do it, and he doesn't want to do that thing. Undertaker talked about this a lot as well. He didn't want to be a parody of himself. He doesn't want to tarnish his legacy or anything like that. So we'll just have to wait and see where Stone Cold's head is going into this, but it very well could turn into a match. But all I know right now, the current rumor is saying Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens is closing out the show, main eventing WrestleMania 38 night number 1. So there you guys have it. That's actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I am your king of Luxo, Brandon Hodge, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video.